We are live. Let's get ready to podcast.
Fire it up.
Welcome back to another live and amplified Indie Fusion podcast. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we're back at it again with another amazing podcast. Today, we have a very special guest joining us. We have Cela Harper.
Hi, guys.
How's it going?
It's going good.
How was the show last night?
It was good. It was good. We had a lot of fun. I got to sing all my own songs, so that was cool with my normal originals spickled through there. So
Yeah. Nice. Mm-hmm. Now, you played acoustic last night. Is that normally how you play, or do you usually...
Well, right now it's a good mix of acoustic and then full band shows. We have a bunch of full band shows coming up, but as you know, I mean, just getting your name out there as an artist, you do a bunch of acoustic stuff. And since my band, we're still kind of trying to work out every show, and we can't go all the time together. So smaller acoustic shows are always fun to get my name out there and travel around the state. So
For sure. It's one of those things where it's hard because you're like, depending on how big the band is, anywhere from 3 to 5 other people you're trying to figure out, like, oh, hey, schedules. Sometimes it's just easier to be like, okay, I'm throwing the guitar in the back of the thing and we're going. So
for sure. We just texted my band about their availability for the next couple of months, see who's in, who's out. So
nice. Awesome. And so you're born and raised in Texas?
I was not, actually. I was born in Iowa.
Okay.
My mom was born and raised in Texas. My dad was born and raised in Iowa. So that's where I was born, raised in the Midwest. But then we moved here, and I've lived in Texas for the longest part of my life.
Okay.
So I guess you could say Texas has adopted me, and I'm very much Texan. We actually, my mom and I were just talking about this morning, because she joked that I was like Texas through and through, and I was like, well, technically I'm from Iowa, and she goes, well, you have a Texas mama, and I do have a very much Texas mama, so I'm Texan.
That's amazing. As a fellow Midwesterner, as you could probably tell from some of the garb here, whereabouts in Iowa?
Davenport.
Okay.
And then all of our family is in Council Bluffs.
Nice. Yeah, both my cousins went to the University of Iowa.
Okay, my dad went there.
Yeah. So it's like, I was going to go there, but then I realized it's really expensive, so I'm going to stay in state. So,
I don't think I ever considered going to University of Iowa, but I did look at UNL, Lincoln, University of Nebraska-Lincoln, but same thing. It was kind of expensive to go 12 hours out of Texas, and then I chose to go to Louisiana for school, and then that didn't work out, but yeah.
So how long have you been pursuing music?
10 years. So when we first moved to Dallas from Nacogdoches, from East Texas, my parents wanted to get me involved in something that wasn't just, I don't know, being in school. It's really important, I guess, when kids are growing up to be a part of something. And I never stuck with gymnastics or soccer or anything like that. And I've always been musically talented. I was in piano when I was 3, and then I ended up not sticking with that either. But we tried it again. My dad found a coupon for 3 guitar lessons and 3 voice lessons. And I guess the rest was history. I was 12 then, so I'm 22 now. It's about 10 years.
Nice. That's really cool. Yeah, it's always interesting to kind of see who came up through like those, I always call them like school sponsored programs, like the choir or school band or whatever, and then who just kind of did their own thing. And it's really interesting to kind of see how many people are either rooted in one or two things. It's either rooted through the church where they got their musical tastings, or like the school sponsored program. So,
and don't get me wrong, I did a little bit of we had like it was like a startup deal in high school. It was a kind of a music ensemble pop country group. I did a little bit of that, and then COVID happened, and then everything was like, you can't do anything anymore. And I sang a little bit at my church choir, but it was also more of a ensemble type deal, which was pretty cool. But then again, COVID happened, and everything was like, you're off. So, but yeah.
Leave it to COVID. COVID screwed up a lot.
I know.
Of things.
It's like a moment in time. I think I did everything before COVID and after COVID.
Right.
So, yeah.
So did you actually physically get to, because you would have graduated high school right around
Yes.
COVID,
So
right?
I graduated the year after COVID. I graduated in 2021. I got to physically graduate. We were 6 feet apart, and it was outside. So I don't have any complaints. It was fun. I don't feel bad about not having a normal graduation. It was cool. It was on our football field, and everyone was in the stands, and it was probably more people than my high school ever had in the stands for a football game. So that was cool. But yeah.
That almost feels a little blasphemous being in Texas, but.
I mean, we weren't great. Okay. We're still not great. You know, we went up to 6A, and then they went back down to 5A a couple of years ago because I don't really know how all that works, but we weren't doing great.
Fair.
That's the point.
Fair. Now, did I see that you went to Texas Tech as well? Okay.
So I started at Louisiana Tech, and then I went to Texas Tech to pursue music more full time. I started as a music major, quickly realized that was not my cup of tea. Fair. And so I wanted to pursue music, but in my own way, I guess you could say.
Fair.
Not studying it.
Yeah, I completely understand. So did you end up graduating from Tech?
I did. Okay. I graduated in May with a degree in PR, and then I moved back home.
Nice. That's actually probably really smart. Because that's when I went to, I wish I'd have listened to my dad. Yeah. And Dad, you're probably enjoying hearing this one, but like getting a film degree was all well and good in theory, but now it's just like, yay, I've got a film degree. It doesn't do a whole lot, but had I gotten like a business degree or something or a marketing degree or something like that, probably been a little bit more
what beneficial. I was doing, I was in the music program. I was studying audio engineering, but where everybody has to start all the same until you get to do the fun stuff. And that's how they weed people out, and they weeded me out. So I didn't last in those music theory classes. I would still love to learn audio engineering, but I leave that to the people who actually did it, and studied it, and degreed and whatever, graduated with it. But PR was definitely a good choice. I learned how to market myself a lot better. I don't have to hire anybody for that because I know how to do it myself. It saves a lot of money. And I know it was strategy and everything like that. I'm very much, it's like a common sense type of thing for me. I just know how to do it. Which is awesome. And I met a lot of cool people, met a lot of photographers and tons of friends like that. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. And I mean, to go back to the audio engineering and like recording, just having like a base knowledge of it helps immensely once you go into like the recording process.
Yeah, definitely. So. I learned just enough to get by. All my acoustic stuff that's out right now, my mom and I mixed and mastered it myself.
Nice.
On GarageBand, which is incredibly hard. I don't know if anybody's done that before, but I don't ever want to do that ever again. It's so hard to do and figure out Apple's interface.
Oh yeah. When I do our mixing and mastering for like our acoustic stuff that we do, I usually use Audition. It's like I tried to do it in GarageBand one time just because it was like I didn't have my license had lapsed on Adobe, and I was like, oh, well, I'm going to just try and use GarageBand. And I was like, this makes absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, they try to make it really simple.
It's one of those things. It's so simple, it's hard.
Yeah. My Adobe subscription also just lapsed. I had the student subscription. Oh my gosh, and I'm not a student anymore. So they figured that out somehow and took that away from me. But luckily, I figured out how to use it elsewhere. And I guess I didn't know that they had their own program, which makes sense. They have video editing stuff too.
Oh yeah. That's all the stuff I use. So. Yeah. But I will say, you being from or graduating from Texas Tech is going to make a lot of the people I work with happy. A lot of tech alumni. Yeah. I don't get involved in that Texas college rivalries. Like what's better, Tech, UT, Baylor.
Where'd you go to school then?
I went to Southern Illinois University.
Okay.
Yes. Midwestern through and through.
Okay. So, awesome. Yeah. But no Texas school for you.
No. Yeah. I'll mess with the Texas A&M fan base a little bit just because they get so mad. Yeah. But like I mess with Baylor people, they don't get that mad, or A&M or UT people. It is just like I'll mess with you A&M fans.
It's funny. It's funny. It's just like a running joke, I guess, in Texas. But that Texas Tech is so up there by ourselves that we think everybody's a rivalry, and it's just us in our heads. But we're pretty good at some things now. So I mean, I don't know. People should probably watch out. Right. Texas Tech's on the up and up.
Oh yeah, their football team had a really good season.
We had a great
So I think what hurts is the fact that you're so far out in West Texas. It's just kind of like, it
hurts for everything. It hurts for traveling. It hurts your bank account with gas. It's hard to want to leave Lubbock, but that's a good thing sometimes. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. The funniest thing, or was it earlier? Yeah, it was earlier last year when the Haboob hit. I was in New Mexico where it kind of like, I don't know if it started in New Mexico or whatever, but I drove into it and everybody's like, hey, if you're going back home today, you're going to have to leave like really quickly because there's a sandstorm kicking up. And I'm like, okay. So I went boom, boom, came back and a couple days later, it hit here in Waco.
Oh, wow.
So it traveled all across the state, and all the Texas Tech folk were like, what are you guys freaking out about? This is like an everyday occurrence here. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of funny.
My first year in Lubbock, I thought I could outrun it. I knew it was coming. I had come back home for a gig, come back to Dallas for a gig. Yeah. And I was going back, and I thought I could outrun it. You can't outrun a Haboob. You can't go up north and skip it. Like, that's just not how it works. No. That was the most terrifying thing that I've ever been in. And I was like freaking out. I was calling my parents. They were like, don't pull over. Like, that's how people like, die and get hit. I was like, but there's nobody else on this road. West Texas is so
flat.
Yeah, it's so flat. And it was like 5 p.m. I was north of the normal road that I would travel, which wasn't, it was just so, there was nobody out there. Nobody out there. That was the point. And I was like, I had to pull over. And then I was like, well, wait, what if they're right? What if somebody comes and like attacks me or something? I don't know. I was in my head. It was scary.
Well, it's one of those things. It's the same thing I tell people like from up north when it's snowing or it's raining really bad, just throw your emergencies on and slow down. Don't like, at least you're still moving. Yeah. So,
That's what I did. I mean, same thing with rain, with crazy rain. You have to do the same thing with ice.
Especially out in West Texas, because those roads will flood. Like,
the roads flood. They freeze over really easily. It's kind of like, it's a desert, so any type of weather ever is going to get bad. But we, right outside my apartment that I had there, you could see like all different sorts of weather patterns. And we would flood, ice terrible, everything like that.
Nice. Now, when you were at Tech, were you recording your music, or were you like recording music, or were you just playing? Like, where were you kind of at musically?
So I was doing a little bit of both. I would say that I was really starting, getting myself out there music career wise. I think it was my junior year I started releasing music. Texas Tech has a basement, or the library basement. There's a recording studio there that students get to record for free. So that's what I did to get my first couple of songs out there. And then once those were out there, opportunities opened up. I did songwriting competitions, which led me to where I recorded all my first couple of release songs. It's in New Braunfels, The Zone. They're great people there.
I love New Braunfels.
Yes, it's a very pretty place. That's like one of my dream places to live one day. But I wrote, recorded, did gigs. I was doing gigs, a lot of gigs. I think back at it now because, as a broke college student, you would get money and you'd spend it right away. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I was so silly to do that. Like, I could have saved a lot of money up, but it's okay. Everything's fine. But yeah, I was doing a lot of gigs, a lot of traveling for gigs too. Especially when people ask me, like, how'd you get started up in Lubbock? I took every gig that I could. Like, I didn't say no, even if it was terrible pay, if it was not the best circumstances, I would still do it just because, that's the type of gigs that will get you where you want to go. But I was doing everything that I could to take that next step in my career. So I guess that's the answer to your question, is everything. I was doing everything.
Fair. It's cool that, especially at Tech, where you had the ability to kind of record your own, like, I'm assuming they had like an engineer there, or you had the ability to do
So they have a guy that runs the studio. So he gets paid for it, obviously, but a lot of students want to use it, and a lot of students use it for class projects too. So there was like a wait list and an inquiry and stuff like that. So it took a little bit of time, but that's why we mixed and mastered. It was, I didn't want for him to have to like add me to that list of, because we kind of I knew how to do it a little bit. So, but we recorded using that facility, and then I mixed and mastered it all. But yeah, a lot of opportunities there, and there's a bunch of other studios. I recorded Hey Mary, my recent single, at Amusement Park Studios in Lubbock too, which was always the best studio to go to. Yeah.
Nice. And then let's see. So you said you've won a few different songwriting competitions. You won the Texas State, or Texas. Hold on.
Yeah.
My brain is just like, all the names.
Yeah, the names.
Yeah. So, and then I also saw you were on Idol as well.
I was junior year of high school. I was on Idol. I actually never won. I've never won yet. I guess I say yet.
Okay.
One of the songwriting competitions. I'm also not very competitive. I think music is very subjective, and everybody has their kind of own opinion. And like for that type of thing, you never know what a judge is looking for songwriting wise. But I've never won, but I've gotten close, I guess, to winning. And then for the Texas State Songwriter Championship, I think that's the full name.
Yes.
I won crowd favorite and then upcoming female songwriter of the year. I think that's the title. But yep, that for this year, I guess.
Sweet. So for Idol, did you go through like the full audition process, or how did that kind of?
Yeah. So the funny thing is, actually, here in Waco,
did you do the bus tour thing?
The cattle call in 2019. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So at that time I was living in Florida, and I worked for a TV station, or I worked in TV marketing, and I worked for an ABC affiliate.
Okay.
And they did the American Idol bus tour, where they just brought a bus full of producers, and it was like a giant cattle call.
Yeah.
But because we were the local ABC affiliate, they're like, hey, whatever you guys want to do here, if you guys want to do a live news, like whatever. So the entire marketing team went out there, and we went to the like cattle call, and we were just walking around, and it was like a giant party almost. It was a very weird thing.
Now that you say that, I guess they don't do that anymore. Nope. Live TV is just not live TV as it was anymore. I know that they changed it to where you had to like audition on YouTube or something like that, and then they reviewed it. But I did the whole kit and caboodle when it was like that. Yeah, it was really cool. I did 3 rounds in Waco, through 3 different like levels of producers, and then I got past that, and then the second location I got to go to was Chicago, which were more producers. It was a panel of all female producers, which was really cool at the time to see. I think I was 16, 17. And I've just never seen that many women on a lineup to, listen to people. I thought that was really cool. And then I made it through that. And then my final Meet the Big Judges was in Oregon.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And then did you actually make it on TV or?
I made my backside is on TV. The intro of that episode is like a pan up of the back of me. I was 16, so I still think it's a little weird that they use that one clip, but whatever, I'm still on TV.
Sure.
And you can see my dad on that episode, but they never showed me singing, which was fine. I was, young, but
fair enough.
It was a really fun opportunity. It was really cool. I think if anybody can do it, if you have that opportunity to take it, I think, again, music is very subjective. So it's all, I don't know what they look for in those types of things.
For sure. It's one of those things where if you go in there with the right headspace of there for the experience and not really taking it too personal. Yeah. Because you know how some songwriters and some musicians kind of take that sort of thing very personal, where it's like, oh, well, they didn't think I'm any good, so that's the end of my career, that sort of deal. And I think if you go into there, like, no, they're looking for a very specific, each season's different. So not to say that you couldn't have gone in like last year and gone super far, because who knows what they're looking for. Yeah. But it's one of those things where as long as you don't give up, the numbers are in your favor in a situation like that. So, and
I was so young too. I think that if I had gotten through, I think it would have been a lot harder the further on I would have gotten. And then in hindsight, COVID happened the year that it was released, that season was released. So everything happens for a reason. And I stepped back and worked on my art, and I'm 10 times better than I was back then. Nice. So if everything didn't happen like it was supposed to, I don't know if I'd even be here right now.
Fair.
So
very fair. Very fair. Now you're working towards funding for your first album.
Yes, my first EP right now. I checked last night. We're at 12,000 through. I don't know. We're not there yet. Okay. I'm trying to raise 17,500, which is a big number. But we have 116 backers as of right now, which is really cool for 116 people to believe in what I'm doing. and that's for that first EP. I've funded everything up until now by myself, working in college and doing all those gigs. I mean, sometimes 3 or 4 shows a week, to fund going into the studio and getting everything out. And like I said before, like all of my stuff, I do all my own covers. I cover album art. I do everything marketing wise, but I guess to do it the real way, the music industry way, it costs a lot more than just to record and whatever like that. So studio musicians cost a lot. The studio itself costs a lot, producers. So this is like the one time I'm asking people for money. Yeah. The one time I'm asking for help. I hate asking people for money. I know that's like what musicians do, but you know, I don't like to do that. I like to do it myself. I don't like asking for help, but yeah, we're almost there. I think there's like 13 days left in the campaign. So I think we're going to make it.
Nice. Yeah. It's when I saw you post it, I knew everything was going to time out up just about right, where it's like, okay, we're going to come to about the end of the fundraising campaign and try and help you get a few more.
Thank you. Yeah. We, when I sat down and planned out when I was going to start the campaign, I guess I didn't realize February was the shortest month of the year. It's always the shortest month of the year. It's never not the shortest month. But we had gigs. I have gigs almost every week of this month. So I was like, okay, perfect. Well, I have places to go tell people about this, not just online. Because it's very easy to scroll past it and be like, oh, Cela's doing something else. It's just, you know, I mean, everybody does that. So, yeah. But real people I can talk to.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And it gives you a really cool opportunity to kind of explain the, you know, your background, like especially doing it at shows and whatnot. You can take like a little 3 minutes and like, hey, you know, this is the first album.
Definitely.
Whereas online, you're expecting them to like read whatever text post or, you know.
Yeah. So. And I mean, I will be the first one to say if someone's just talking to the camera, not playing anything, I'm like, okay, I'm bored. So unless they talk fast and they have the captions, which I try to do all of the above, but you know, you can only capture somebody's attention for a certain amount of time. That's back to that PR thing. It's very, very hard game to perfect.
Oh yeah.
So,
and I mean, I guess it's why, especially on short, like when you do like your vertical short content, that's why you see the end first. So then people know that there's like a payoff coming.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh man, is it really come to that where you have to give away everything right at the first 3 seconds?
Yeah, I think about it a lot, actually. I'm like, our world has changed a lot. Instant gratification is bigger now than it has been in a long time. Kind of scares me for the generations that's coming up. I'm Gen Z, so I'm young and whatever, but I mean, I didn't have a laptop or a iPad, iPhone in my hand when I was born, and this generation does, so it's kind of scary, but you know, they'll be fine. We'll be fine. Yeah.
To show my age, I didn't have an iPhone in my hand until I was 22 years old, until I was about your age. So
yeah, I don't know if I could have. I mean, I'm grateful for my phone. I mean, I don't know what we would be fine, you know, but definitely technology has helped us in a lot of ways, but right now it's getting scary. So, you know. Right.
Yeah. I look at I've got whatever the new 17 is, and just the stuff you're able to do on that phone, it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah. I mean, everything is just getting smarter, I guess. And I feel like, is it going to get smarter than me at some point? Which I feel like my phone is probably a lot smarter than me, but we have to be smart enough to use it the right way.
Yes. That is true. With AI and everything, it's just kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it already knows what I'm going to say and do and everything. It's kind of crazy.
That's the funny bit about it all, is everybody thinks AI is like this new technology, and it's like AI's been around forever. It's just been in different forms. Like your GPS, you remember back in the day, you had the like little GPS units, and it's like that's a form of AI. Like,
the voice that speaks to us on the GPS, Siri.
Yeah. Oh man, Siri scares me.
I don't use Siri. My dad and my brother like to use Siri, but I don't know. I can use my thumbs and type in myself, but you know, I'm sure she's helpful.
My dad's got his whole house rigged up with Alexa and all that stuff, and I'm like, cool. Like I got him pushed on that one. Like I got him bid on that one, but he went and took it to the extreme, and I'm like,
Yeah, I had Alexa in my college apartment, and she helped me control my lights and stuff, but I don't know, I can't figure it out anymore how to do it in my bedroom back home. So the only use my Alexa has for me right now is for my alarm in the morning. And it's like a speaker too, so I play whatever music I really don't use it like it should be used. It's kind of one of those pieces of technology it gets worn down too after time. Like, she wants me to start paying for her now. It keeps announcing like, if you have Amazon Prime, you can have Alexa Plus. And I'm like, well,
what's Alexa?
Yeah, why do I have to pay for you, girl? You're already there. I mean, what do you mean?
Speaking of using it as a speaker to listen to like music and stuff, who are you listening to right now?
So I've been listening recently to a lot of Americana artists. I don't really listen to one person. It's a lot of a mix that Spotify makes, and I know there's a lot of anti-Spotify right now, but I'm a Pilates instructor, so I'd have to go to Spotify, and I let them pick a playlist for me to play for those classes. But I listen to a lot of whatever it recommends me to listen to, so probably a lot of who I was saying, Ken Palmeray, I think is her name. She's really good. Her voice is really cool. And then country-wise, Carter Faith, she's my favorite right now. She's awesome. I met her a couple of years ago. I'm like a huge fangirl now. She's the nicest person ever.
She's coming to Waco in May.
Yeah, I saw a billboard. Yeah, that's really cool. I know. I wish she had her like own like headlining show somewhere around like Dallas. I would love to see her, but she's on her tour right now, and everything's been selling out, which is awesome for her. She played Cotton Fest a couple of years ago, and I was backstage, and she was just the nicest person ever. And we're about the same height, both blonde and short blonde girls that sing, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, girl, I love you. But who else do I listen to? I listen to Caitlin Butts, of course. A lot of my friends' music. But honestly, I listen to a lot of podcasts too. I mean, I'm a songwriter, so I like to listen to stories about whatever. And I listen to a lot of NPR radio as well.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of things going on in the world that I learned about that I would never have known about. Yeah.
Very fair. Very fair. Yeah, I've been getting into a lot of the Texas artists. Like when I first moved out here in 2019, I kind of had an idea who some of the bigger names were, but like digging deeper into some of the art, I don't want to call them local favorites, but like they're big around Texas. But if you go into like Arkansas, they don't really know who they are, you know, that type of deal. And it's like, wow, there's a lot of really talented musicians around here. So
there definitely is. I mean, being in Lubbock, I got to see a lot of musicians before they'd blown up.
At the Blue Light?
Yeah, like at the Red Clay Strays. I saw them when they had a couple 100,000, which was huge, of course, at the time. But then now they're like millions of streams and millions of listeners. Like the Shaky Graves, I saw the Shaky Graves, and now they're doing pretty good too. Cigarettes at Sunset or Sun. Yeah, I think they're Cigarettes. I always get it confused, but they're really good too. They're fiddleist. I think she plays the fiddle. She's really cool. I liked them a lot. Who else? I've seen a lot of people there, and a lot of people go to Blue Light right before they blow up. I think it's like a good luck charm. So hopefully, it's gonna work off on me. But a lot of people.
I know a lot of people that live out there that play the Blue Light, and it's a really cool spot. And there's a place, when I was living out in New Mexico, I used to live in Roswell, New Mexico. There's a place out there called the Liberty, and they'll bring in two types of acts, typically younger acts that are kind of doing regional tours, or older acts that have a day off on like a Tuesday. So they'll play like Albuquerque, and then they'll either be going to like San Antonio or El Paso on a Wednesday, and they have that Tuesday available. So they'll stop in Roswell. So I get to see a lot of like Corey Morrow or Josh Ward or Jody Nix, or they just announced Steve Earle for August. And it's like, I guess I'm taking that trip back out to Roswell.
So. There's a lot of people that's the typical route. It's like Lubbock and then Albuquerque and then wherever else. So we got lucky to get those people. I know Tyler Halverson did that, and somebody else did it recently too, but a lot of people do that. It's a cool little run and a nice little introduction into Texas. Like West Texas, as
isolated as it is, it still gets a lot of.
Yeah. It's definitely hard to get shows up there if you're not like from Texas or have an established following, which I think that exclusivity of it makes it cool, makes it worth being there. But people you see at the Blue Light, they have good talent. They're great. Yeah.
I've been trying to, we do a songwriter showcase. We mainly do it down in Bastrop.
Okay. Yeah.
That's kind of home base for us just because it's kind of comfortable and we can call and be like, hey, we want to do a show this weekend. But we're trying to get in Blue Light just because my buddy still lives out, my co-host still lives out in New Mexico. So it's like, oh, hey, don't have to like drive 40 some odd hours in a weekend. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely closer to New Mexico, not too far than Bastrop, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Bastrop's cool, though. I like it.
I haven't been down there in a while.
Yeah. One thing I like about going to Bastrop is I stop in Taylor, and it's got a bunch of really cool, like, antique spots. Okay. And not that I'm, like, big into antiquing, but they all have vinyl collection. And so it's just like, all right, where's your guys' vinyl at? Just show me. That's all I care about.
Yeah, that's fun.
So it's like, oh, hey, you got the new stuff, the old stuff, and it all works. So so looking at your upcoming EP, we're gonna assume that the funding and stuff all comes through. Do you have like all the songs written, or where you kind of at creatively with that?
That's a great question. I don't really know. I mean, I write a lot. I write all the time. I write a lot of songs. I know crowd favorites right now that people would like to hear out. But I'm also working on my sound. I mean, since I am so young, my sound is still developing. And I think I know what I want it to sound like, but it's always something. If I hear this, like right now, we're adding a pedal steel to the band, and that is a really cool sound. Like I'm in love with that instrument, and it's such a cool instrument, such an intricate instrument. But anywho, I know that I want that, and I want the more Americana sound. And Americana is such a fun genre to be part of because it's more about the songwriting than the instruments. And all my songs are stories. So I don't know what songs that are going to be on there yet, and I also don't know if I want the EP to all have like a same like theme throughout, or if I just want to release the songs that mean the most to me. I like when EPs and albums have themes and like the stories line up and it makes sense. I like everything to flow together, but it's really, I guess, when it comes time to sit down and strategize, we'll see. But my songwriting's evolving, so I don't know yet.
That's fair. And I think there's a very strong possibility that by the time that the funding comes through and all that stuff, and you're like in the studio or whatever, I'm almost willing to bet most of the songs that you end up recording are songs that you don't actually have written right now. Yeah,
or the songs that I've like started. I have a lot of ideas for songs that honestly I've just been going right now. I haven't had a lot of time to actually sit down and immerse myself in the writing. We have some time soon to do that, so that's what I'll be doing these next couple of weeks, especially after the campaign is over. Plan everything out, plan when we can get the studio, which probably won't be for a couple months, just to have everything settled. And like the studio, you need to get into the studio when you have a couple weeks off of gigs. Your voice can be perfect as perfect can be. So we'll see.
For sure. It's one of those things where it's just kind of like you gotta find the time to do it all. And it's interesting how you brought up that you want your voice to be as perfect can be, but it's hard when you're playing shows all the time, because it's like same conversation I have a lot with the Nashville artists that do like the Broadway stuff, and it's like they're playing 4-hour sets every day of the week. It's like,
I don't know how they do that. I go up to Nashville for business stuff, and people up there, business, whatever. But I applaud them because I can't do that. Like I get mentally exhausted. That's mentally tough. That's tough on your voice. And they know a lot of music. They know a lot of music. That's good for them. But I will say, like, this past year especially, I've been getting very good about taking care of my voice, my vocal cords. It's very easy to go to a gig and then have a lot of fun after, and then you can't talk the next day. But I have a routine down to where I don't have that happen. And it's also all about using the right part of your vocal ability and your breath work and stuff like that.
What's your routine look like for vocal care?
So I have a nebulizer. You put like the saline, whatever it's in. I do that.
Is that like a new thing musicians are doing? Because I see a lot of musicians using
I think it's a more common thing now because of social media.
Yeah.
But I think people have been doing it for a long time. Okay. I know you can get like medicated saline, like certain stuff in there, but I just get whatever's on Amazon and it works for me. But I have already a pretty scratchier voice. My voice is not perfect by any means. I'm not like super duper smooth or whatever. Whatever can help me not like feel like it's scratching my throat, that helps a lot. And then Mucinex and allergy medicine, but nothing that dries you out. See, it's like a nice little balance. And then tea, of course, tea helps. Hot coffee. I have bad allergies too, so it's just really whatever. No drainage, nothing like that.
I'm sure right now is the worst time of the year.
Yeah, I'm honestly a little happy I'm not in Lubbock right now because my voice suffers about this time of the year in Lubbock because of the dust and the wind. But we'll be there in a couple weeks to visit my brother. So I already told my mom we got to run to HEB. There's a very specific, it's very specific allergy medicine for Texas allergies. And of course, I'm like allergic to all the trees and the pollens and the grasses and whatever.
I'm going to have to get the name of that allergy med.
It's like really good. A lot of people have been talking about it. I thought it was our inside secret and it's not. Everybody, I guess, on TikTok at least knows about it. But definitely just taking care of your body too. I mean, eating healthy, that's very hard to do when you're on tour and traveling. But all that stuff helps.
Yeah. I will say though, HEB is the best.
HEB is awesome. It
is the one thing that not the one thing I love about Texas, but it's like, I've lived in Florida, I've lived in Chicago, and we've all had our HEB like grocery stores. None of them compare in any type of way.
It's just like, I thought the hype was a little overdone when I didn't have one in my life. Yeah. When I moved to Lubbock, we had one, and sure, it might be a little expensive, but I think it's worth it. The products are great. Everything's great. It's just an experience too. And you have barbecue store, like a barbecue restaurant in.
See, the HEB I go to, we don't have that.
Okay, so all of the HEBs that I've been to, because they're newer, I guess, newer HEBs have that. And they have like bingo nights and karaoke, and then some of them have just normal live music. So it's a whole experience, HEB. Okay.
Well, dang it, I'm going to have to go find a new HEB.
Yep, you will. Yeah.
I will say, though, and this will probably give me a lot of hate. I would say the overhyped thing in Texas is Whataburger. I think Whataburger. I
actually have to agree on that. Although their banana pudding shake, I don't know if they still have it, was really good.
I feel like that's a seasonal thing, though.
It might be a seasonal thing. Yeah, I don't. My go-to is McDonald's, and it will always be McDonald's. Sometimes Chick-fil-A, but Chick-fil-A is expensive. Whataburger, I don't know. My brother likes it a lot, but he's a frat boy, and he likes a lot of different fast food restaurants. I don't know. I mean, it's just not my favorite.
Yeah. Living here in Waco, there's a lot of local spots that just make a better hamburger. Yeah. Like, if I'm going to go get a hamburger, I'm going to go to either... we got like a Billy Bob's thing down here.
Yeah, I saw that on Yelp. Yeah.
And it's like, I'm going to go there instead of going to Whataburger because at least I know where that meat came from. Yeah. Or I have a good idea where it came from.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't want to think about where Whataburger's meat came from. Nope. Yeah.
When I was living in Chicago, we had a meat packing facility, like a hamburger meat packing facility that would deliver the meat for different fast food restaurants. And I know the kind of stuff they did in that packing plant. And so I never ate hamburgers at any, like, I knew roughly where they all went. I was like, I
like to not think about that. I've been trying to eat at home a lot more. Since living with my parents, my dad cooks a lot, and he's a great cook. He cooked made a stew the other night. He didn't tell us what the meat was before. It was beef, but it was like cheek of a cow.
Okay.
Really tender meat because he let it sit and stew for a while. My mom was disgusted, but I took a meat class in college and I learned about all different cuts of steak, and I'd never had cheek, or I've never had tongue either, but I don't really know how I feel about that one. But cheek was really good. It was really tender if you let it sit and...
Dude, it's that.
Yeah, it was really good.
I feel like that's a unique thing to Texas because I've heard of so many schools offering like a butchering or a meat cutting class.
Yeah.
So much to the point that they have meat cutting teams or something.
Yeah, Texas Tech has, I think,
or meat
best.
grading.
Yeah. I don't know what it's specifically called, but I think we have one of the best in the nation. And it was a really cool class. There was only 2 sections offered every semester, and I was lucky. I got to register for classes early or whatever, and I got to get into that class. It was like the best class. I will never shut up about that class. We got to watch a cow go from living to not, hanging up, and this is probably really gross, but we saw everything happen, and that was really cool. I liked it a lot. And then we also had to debone chickens, and I didn't like that, and learn about... I don't eat lamb because I know how they're...
Oh, don't get me started on eating lamb is the best.
I don't. I am sure it's fabulous, but I don't... There's a kind of pork too. I don't... Pigs are gross. Chickens are really gross too, but I like chicken. None of it's really ethical. No. Really. Yeah. But there's more ways to do it.
There's more ethical ways than not ethical ways.
Yeah, but you know...
When I growing up in Chicago, my dad used to take me to lamb roasts.
Okay.
So he was a part of some club that they would do like a lamb roast as a fundraiser. So like every Saturday it was like $10 for a plate, and it was all you could eat, lamb and pig and all that stuff. And they would put it on a rotisserie out in the back, like barbecue pit or whatever it was. Some of the best.
Yeah.
It was great. I
mean, that's the one thing also too about West Texas is that we got some good barbecue, good meat. But I like beef a lot. And those cows are massive. Oh yeah. And you can get a lot of meat from like one cow.
Oh yeah. I grew up all my aunts and uncles on my mom's side, or not aunts, like all her cousins. Yeah. So not technically my aunts or uncles, but they're all like pig farmers up in like northern Illinois. So I got to go out there every once in a while and just kind of see what that life was like. And I'm like, pigs feel a little gross to me, but it is what it is.
They're a little questionable. I don't know. I'm not a farmer, so.
But also, I've heard some things about the Italian mob and pigs and all that stuff, and how they make certain things disappear.
Interesting. Yeah. Huh. That'll be my research on the way home today. Yeah,
it's an interesting thing. So, so kind of looking forward. Where are you kind of at show wise right now? Are you playing frequently the next couple of weeks, or?
So right now I have a show. March is a little bit of a not a resting point, but it's we are practicing every week to get ready for our April, May, June, July shows. We have a bunch of shows coming up in the summer. And I'm working a lot personally just so I can save up and do what I want to do. But right now we had our show last night, my acoustic show last night, and then one next weekend in Fort Worth. And then from there we practice and practice and practice. I'm traveling a little bit too with family to go see some family up north. And then when March hits, or when April hits, we are off and running. We have shows almost every weekend, a lot of full band shows, planning a little bit of a mini tour right now as well. So
I was going to ask you, are most of those shows around Texas, or?
They are all in Texas as of right now. Yeah. Lubbock, Amarillo, Canadian Texas. So in the Panhandle. And then we're looking at getting some shows down in New Braunfels, Waco area for the summertime. Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of festivals going on. I know like down in Lockhart, they do like a female songwriter festival. I think that's in September. Went to that last year. That was really cool.
Yeah. And I've applied for some of those, a lot of songwriting competitions and those two that I've entered. Yeah. So we'll see what those appear. But I know in music you have to look really far in advance at your schedule, but I try to keep it within 3 months just because I'm a smaller artist still. So I have that opportunity to keep booking shows throughout the year. And sometimes it gets overwhelming to have a show every day of the week. So I'm perfectly happy with my schedule right now. adding on.
I can only imagine how overwhelmed you are. I've been trying. So this year, I told you about the songwriter showcases that we do. We're trying to up our showcases to 12 this year.
Okay.
Like we did 4 last year, and we're trying to do 12 this year. Like, 1 a month sounds great. Trying to keep that schedule organized is like, because not only is it booking the show, but then you've got to book all the musicians for each show, and then you got to keep it all straight. And it's like, oh boy.
That type of stuff. I try to book I try to stick to 1 month, think of 1 month, or book one show and then book everything else around that show. Like Cotton Fest, I'll be playing Cotton Fest and then a show, like a Cotton Fest after party type show. And then I think the weekend before we're somewhere else.
Where is Cotton Fest? Is
Lubbock.
Lubbock? Okay. Because I saw a flyer for it, and have they put out this year's Cotton Fest flyer yet, or did I see that?
I think they might have the lineup solidified. They don't have the acoustic set solidified yet, I don't think. That's what I'll be doing. Yeah. But it's a really cool festival to do. It's all BYOB, which is cool too. It's crazy rowdy for Lubbock. It's like LJT, if you've ever been to Larry Joe Taylor, but West Texas version. So a little, I don't know if it's like smaller. I don't know. But.
I don't know, like the music fests are really, because I know down in Temple, which is about 30 minutes southwest of us, they started doing this music festival called Tanglefoot, which last year was their first year, and I think they're going to do it again this year. I hope they do it again. But like I saw what that did for that little town and how big that got. It's like, man, if there's 3 things Texans love, it's music festivals, it's football, and it's barbecue. Yeah,
definitely. There's one up in Salina near us, and that one was a big one, that music festival. It's a barbecue one, too.
Nice. So, yeah. I'm trying to get out to more of the festivals this year. I did a few last year, but now, especially more like the songwriter festivals, just because it's a different atmosphere. Like if you go to like a regular music festival, you're in some fairground or field and like right on top of each other. And it's like, that's cool if you're into that. But,
we, when I was in college, I would go to a lot of music festivals with like friends and stuff. We went to the first of College Station's At the Station Festival. That was fun. And then the second year of the one in Georgetown, Two Step In, that was pretty cool too. And then a bunch of others. I just like to travel and see different parts of the state. And so when I had the opportunity, when tickets were cheaper, because 2 years ago they were still cheaper than you would think. When I had money to be able to do that. Now they're really expensive, like $800. So I can't obviously do that. But
did you see the lineup for this year's Two Steppin' Festival?
No, because I know I can't afford it, so I didn't bother to look. But
I'm sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, I really want to go to this.
Yeah, I really liked that festival. They have, what makes a cool festival is when you don't just have live music, you have events and activities, and I think festivals are getting really smart about that. I mean, the one on the top of my head is the Zen Truck. Like, they have free giveaways and all sorts of stuff. And then, like, the tequila and all the alcohol people have their own little vans and trucks. And Cotton Fest does it, too. And vendors and stuff like that. Like, that's what really makes a festival more fun, I guess. And what Two Step does, too, is they don't have just country music. They have, like, DJs over here, big stages over here, smaller stage. That's when I saw Megan Maroney for the first time, was on a smaller stage. And there was, like, couple, probably 100 people listening to her, but not a lot of people. And now she's like crazy big. And that's the fun thing about music festivals, though. I feel like I saw Hannah Dasher there too. And then I also saw Hannah Dasher. No, I didn't get to see Hannah Dasher at Blue Light, but I wanted to. But I think I had a gig that day or something. But she was there too.
That's one of my bigger regrets. I saw I was at CMA Fest 2 years ago, and I was doing like a bunch of interviews and whatnot, and I should have tried to get Hannah Dasher on, but obviously schedules and whatnot didn't quite work out the way we wanted to, and I was just like, there we go. Yeah,
she's really good. She has a unique voice, and her songwriting is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, so, for sure. So outside of music, what do you like to get into?
I'm a Pilates instructor, so I do a lot of Pilates. I read a lot. I think I'm on my 3rd book of 2026 so far. my favorite author is Lisa Jewell.
Okay.
They've all been her books this year.
Nice.
So far. I'm almost done with the one I'm at now. But go on a lot of walks. I like to be outside. Pretty simple stuff. I like to shop. I mean, I'm a very basic girl. Yeah. Those things make me happy. And a lot of thrifting too.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. Find anything good thrifting?
Actually, the dress that I wore last night, I found thrifting 2 days ago.
Nice.
So, yeah, it was pretty cool. It's a nice Aggie maroon, brand new dress at the thrift store. So, and we found a huge suitcase, like a pretty nice Swiss Army lock compacted suitcase at Thrift Giant for like $30. So that's what we packed in. It was really nice. It rolls really nicely. Nice. Suitcases are hard to find. I have one that is broken right now.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
It's the one I've been using, but not anymore.
That's fair. I need to get this out from underneath my TV. This is my grandpa's World War II footlocker. And I kind of want to use it to throw our merch in. It's seen the world, and it'd be like very kind of...
That would be cool.
Cool, but it's unnecessarily heavy.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks pretty heavy.
It's like... I don't know how you guys did that in the war, but, you know.
That's a good... Yeah, that's... I guess I've never thought that they actually... I mean, they obviously took them places, but they are pretty heavy. Yeah,
it's like... you know, I mean, it's not that bad, but like if you load it with clothing stuff, and whatnot, it's like, oh.
Yeah. They must have been really strong back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Or using carts or whatnot. And
yeah, that's probably more what they did.
Right, right. Cool. So after this, you're headed back up home?
Yep, we are driving back up today, right after this. I have to work tomorrow morning, so yeah.
How often do you teach Pilates? Is it?
Right now it's every day of the week, and then I'll be transitioning when it gets closer to summertime, so I can do more gigs and travel more. To just twice a week. So.
Nice. Now, are you like technically an independent contractor, or do you work for like a company?
I work for a company, but they're really great with my schedule. So yeah.
Gotcha. I wasn't sure how that worked, because I know you could probably do it as an independent contractor and kind of do your own thing. And
I mean, I probably will do that one day. I think it would be really cool to own a studio. I have a lot of different aspirations in my head, but it would be really cool to like be an independent and then be able to teach wherever I'm traveling. I mean, hypothetically one day that'd be cool, but it's just a lot easier as a new instructor, because I've only been certified since like October.
Fair.
To just be on with the company. So
make that part of your VIP experience, which you make it really big.
Yeah.
Pilates.
That would be funny. No, but yeah, I mean, right now I love the company that I'm with. They offer benefits, and if I want health care, I can go through them.
Nice.
401k set me up for success.
For sure. That's really cool. So one thing we like to do here as we kind of wrap up is we like to pass on knowledge to the younger generations of musicians. So what's one piece of advice or something you wish you knew before you got into music?
Probably a piece of advice that I've really been emphasizing to myself lately is keep your blinders on. A lot of people are doing a lot of things, and some people might seem like they're getting something before you when you think that you deserve that, and you probably do, but it's not your timing, it's always God's timing, and that's just how it's got to be. Everything happens exactly for a reason, and I mean, keeping your blinders on, you set your sights on what you want and you go after it. I don't know, I mean, I think probably what I've learned recently too is that people come and go. Nothing is permanent. Nobody's permanent. Like everybody's replaceable. Like in every aspect of life. Like not even just musicians. So don't take anything personal. Again, music is so subjective. But if you believe that you're good, if you think that you have something special, and if there's just one person that believes in you, that's all that matters. Yep. I mean, I always know that my parents believe in me.
Yep.
I mean, if I don't think anybody else believes in me, that's fine. My parents do, and I have a couple streams, so I think somebody likes me somewhere.
Yeah, right.
Right? I mean, that's all that matters. If people listen to you, if one person listens to you, then you've got at least probably 100 more that will. Oh, yeah. So if this is what you want to do, it's a very tough business, so you have to believe in yourself.
Oh, yeah. Well, because it's one of those important things to remember that not everybody's as vocal about who or what they support. So it's like, as long as you know you're doing the right thing, or you're doing what you love and you're passionate about. And probably another thing too I would emphasize is
numbers are just vanity. I learned about that in college too. Like, you can buy streams, you can buy followers, you can buy likes, you can buy anything in this world.
I haven't gotten on that soapbox in a while.
I've done my research. You can buy a lot of things in life. Yeah. That is one of them. And I think when I started putting music out, and I was like, why am I not getting more streams? I don't have a publishing deal. I don't have people like that behind me. B, I don't pay for streams. Like, you can put your music on, or you can push your music to like podcast or playlist curators, but that won't get you 10 zillion streams. But that's just a thing. Like, look at, if you're just thinking to yourself, why do I have 10,000 followers on Instagram? I don't have that many followers, but why do I have 10,000 followers on Instagram and only 100 monthly listeners? Like, that doesn't add up, right? My follower count and my listener count makes sense. Like, I have like 180 listeners right now, 4,000 followers on social media. So I think that's something for younger artists to think about too. And sometimes it doesn't make sense to me, and I'm still a young artist, but you know, numbers are just numbers on the screen. Just because somebody has a lot of streams doesn't mean that they're all natural, which, you know, you can pay for anything.
That's a soapbox I used to get on, and now with the rise of AI, I probably need to get on that soapbox again, because my whole thing was, there's a difference between actual metrics and vanity metrics, and the only metric that actually counts is how many butts you can put in your seat, in the seats. Yeah,
that's a very,
because everything else you can buy or manipulate or what, kind of like what you were saying, you can do anything you want. Like, you could sit here and make it look like you're getting millions of streams a month if you have unlimited money and just keep buying, you know,
or just keep pushing people. I mean, not a lot of people, I mean, I don't really talk about that anymore either. I mean, because I feel like a couple of years ago it was a big thing. Like, people were cracking down on bots or whatever. And now with AI is what people need to look out for. And they do need to look out for AI. But again, I think people are just putting so much emphasis on social media, when reality is, I mean, people want something that's tangible, and they can see you and they can touch you and they can meet you, and not just on, you know.
That's going to be the difference maker between actual songwriters and AI songwriters, is they're going to, like, actual singer-songwriters will be able to get out and do shows. And that's why every musician I talk to, it's like, yo, it's cool that you want to record. It's still a very important part of the industry and the music, you know, just kind of being a musician. But over the next 10 years, it's going to become less and less important, because as it becomes more and more commoditized, the difference maker was, and always will be that live show. So put your contacts, or build your contacts for live shows, like make friends with the venue owners, make friends with all that stuff, build your audience. And then that way in 10 years, when all the real musicians, they're more worried about their live shows than recording and all that stuff. Yeah,
I've been thinking about that type of stuff too a lot recently. Like, there's a bunch of artists coming out right now. I mean, and this is just a cycle of how it works. But in 10 years, I know I'll still be doing this. And so I'm trying to set up a life for myself. Like, I could be on the road every day if I wanted to right now, but I know that I want a career that's long lasting. So I need to build something that's meaningful. Not that doing shows every day isn't meaningful, but that, for me, my mental health would plummet, and I would have to go crazy. Like, I would go crazy. So I have a nice balance, and I'm setting myself up for success by having a job outside of music that I can do literally anywhere. That's really why. And I have a degree, so that's double whammy. But I think that's also some advice too I would give to younger artists, like baby artists younger than me, because I still feel like I'm young. I am young. Like, think about what you want out of it. Like, if it's just a hobby, it's just a hobby. But like, for me, I knew that this wasn't a hobby as soon as people started caring and listening to me, showing up to my shows. I've always had that drive that this is not something I'm just going to do for fun anymore. I write, and I have a very strong, like, I own my music. That's my music. I write it. And I want to perform it. Like, I don't want to sell my songs and stuff like that. So you just, I mean, like, think about where you want to be in 10 years or 5 years or even 1 year. Like, if it's just a hobby, it's just a hobby. That's fine. Yeah. But if you're wanting to do it like big time people, then start setting yourself up to be like big time people, getting that mindset, getting the headspace, look the look, walk the walk.
Oh, yeah. And I think to kind of go back to what you were talking about, you'd mentioned that if you wanted to hit the road and play every day and just kind of do that grind, that you could. But I think that's more I think that's more of a first timers type thing to do. Like, if you're a musician coming fresh out of high school, you don't have anything released, you don't have anything recorded, and you just kind of want to get your music career going, I think that's probably your better use of time and resources. Like, oh, you just graduated high school, cool, go hit the road, play for the next 6 months, and just see where you land. Like, if you start building your fan base, cool, then you have something. But if not,
I mean, especially, I mean, that's what I did a lot. Like, when I got to college, I would play a lot around Monroe, Ruston, and Shreveport anytime that I could. Same thing when I moved to Lubbock, I would play a lot. And when I lived in Dallas pre-COVID, I played a bunch. I didn't have anything out. I didn't think about putting music out until I knew I was ready and I was going to be, ready. But I played a lot. Now I get to play a lot if I want to play a lot. Yeah. But my full band shows are now ticket selling shows, and people pay to come see me. That's also really rewarding. Just the people want to come see you, and you can sell 250 tickets to see Cela Harper. Like, that's dope. Yeah. That's awesome. But like, it takes time to get there. Yeah. And I'm always just like, it just takes time. Like, you have to be patient. Nothing in life is easy. Nothing in life comes free. Nothing in life is right away. I mean, something that's meaningful is built over time. Oh, yeah, just like a relationship with somebody. I mean, so. Yeah,
100%. What's the dream venue you want to play at?
Oh, Red Rocks.
Red Rocks?
Oh, yeah. Red Rocks. Hands down. That'd be really cool. But I want to headline. Like, I mean, I'll open for somebody if they ask me. But I want to headline. That's a dream headline venue. Yeah. I really want to do that really bad.
Actually, you'd be kind of surprised how many people don't say Red Rocks.
Really?
It's more like the Ryman or, stuff like stuff like that. And honestly, when I first started asking that question, I was expecting more like the big iconic, I want to go like an arena or something, something like that. But just kind of a lot of the more singer-songwriter or unique places, like I guess Red Rocks kind of falls under the unique category. Yeah. So
I think it's beautiful. I like hiking when I can. I mean, there's not a lot of like places in Dallas to go hiking, but I try to walk our parks and whatever. I think it's something that's super special what they have going on up there. And I know I've had friends that have seen Flatland up there and Zach Bryan, and their pictures are awesome. I haven't ever gone there, and I feel like I don't want to go until I'm the one playing. I feel like that's a lot of that's also, I feel like, kind of a good mentality to have too about any venue. Like, get there to be there, like earn your spot there to be there. But it's a really cool venue. It's really pretty. That's my. I think I'll have made it when I headline Red Rocks. Yeah.
Well, we're trying to do a show. We're building a tour out in Arizona for May, and one of the places we're looking at is called, was it Red Rocks Distillery or something? And so its backdrop is a very similar look to the amphitheater. Yeah. And it's like, it's not Red Rocks, but
it is a Red Rocks.
It's still like a cool backdrop. So it's kind of it. I think it would just look really cool. So. Yeah. But So I don't want to keep you here too much longer. I appreciate you. I know you got a couple-hour drive back to the homestead, but for people to check out your music, your fundraiser, socials, all that fun stuff, where's the best place to find you?
All Cela Harper music. CelaHarper.com. It's CelaHarper. Cela Harper music is my TikTok, and then Cela Harper just on everything else.
Nice. Yeah. What's your favorite social platform you like right now?
I don't know if favorite is the word for any of them.
Fair.
I just hopped back onto LinkedIn.
Okay.
It's a little different. And everybody will accept your friend request there because everybody wants connections. So
honestly, LinkedIn is low-key the flex right now because it's like if you're trying to go a little bit more of a traditional industry route, it's like that's where you're going to be able to meet the like A&R person for Sony or whatever. You know.
I don't really have any connections like that. All mine are my peers at tech.
Yeah.
A lot of business and PR people, but it's just fun to see like my friends that I went to college with and graduated with doing really cool things career-wise that they don't post about on like social or other social medias.
I'll give you a little hint on LinkedIn. Here's the trick. So figure out where it is you want to go. Like if you want to sign a distribution deal or you want to sign an A&R deal or whatever, for whatever company, start finding people that work for that company and then just start posting live acoustic videos or performance videos or whatever it is to your LinkedIn.
I guess I've never thought about that. I probably should start doing that.
Because that's how we got our first sponsor.
Okay.
A few years back was the mic company MXL that we're using. I started adding a bunch of like marketing people that work for, I think technically the company's Marshall. I think that's who owns MXL. But anyways, so I started adding a bunch of them and their director of content marketing or whatever it was. He's like, hey, we're going to send you all these mics as a sponsorship deal. And I'm like,
cool. Yeah. Lone Star Beer better watch out then, because I've been in their DMs.
Fair.
And their Gmails, so.
That's a tough nut to crack. Like,
I'm going to get it.
I've been trying so hard. And like, I love a good Lone Star. And that's probably the most Texas thing about me is the fact that I drink Lone Star.
That's my like go-to beer, the light and the normal. Although I do have a bone to pick with them. They took out the riddles and the caps. I don't know why they did that, but
fair.
You know.
I can't get behind the light. The light, like for me, just give me the regular. Like that, it tastes better. It's
when I'm on a diet, I tell the bartender to give me the light, and they always laugh because I mean, you know, it doesn't make a difference.
Fair.
But
Very fair.
Yeah.
I've been on a little bit of a Coors Light kick recently, just because when I go to the store, it's what they've got. Like, unless I go to the Specs by me or where I work, they're really there, and Walmart are the only places that I know sell Lone Star.
Yeah.
I guess maybe H-E-B probably does, but I don't go down the beer aisle on H-E-B.
Yeah, not a lot of. I don't really go grocery shopping, to be honest. So when I get a Lone Star, it's when I'm at a show.
Fair.
So yeah, it's one of the cheaper beer options.
Yes, that is true.
Yep.
And actually, it's quite funny when I do go out. Everybody looks at me weird when I say a Lone Star.
Yeah, I get weird looks too.
It's like, this is a Texas bar. Aren't you like made on Lone Star?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't Lone Star like pay your rent or something?
Yeah, there's a bar in Lubbock that is whatever, college bar. And we walked in, I think it was a Wednesday. This is my senior year, and I'd never been into this bar, and it's like a notorious like younger bar. But I had like sweatpants on. It was cold outside, and I wasn't planning on going out with my friends. But we were like, "What the heck? It's senior year. Like, we just need to go blow off steam."
Go with it.
And I asked for a Shiner, and she was like, "Well, we don't carry any fancy beer. This is a dive bar." And right above her head was a Shiner like sign, and I was like, "Okay." So they didn't have Shiner at this dive bar. I was like, "I don't think we know the definition of a dive bar right now."
I don't even consider Shiner like a fancy beer.
You know, it's a little bit more expensive than Lone Star, but I don't consider any beer fancy.
Yeah.
So
like now, if you're drinking like an Estella or what's that?
I don't like those beers, so I will never. No, not my favorite beer, but.
So I got a question about Lubbock. Was Tecate beer like a big thing out there?
I've never heard of that.
Okay, it must just be like a New Mexico thing then.
Yeah,
because
I think I've heard of it, but I never. Yeah. I mean, I'm very cheap, so.
Oh yeah, I'm right there with you. When I was in college, I drank Keystone, like 30 rack, $12, $13, whatever it was, and I was good for 2 days.
Yeah,
so
I know a lot of guys who do that. My brother will never touch Keystone. I don't know if he's just picky or he's a Coors Light guy.
Well, you said he's a frat guy, so he's probably drinking IPAs and all that stuff.
Oh well, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Tanner's
I'm sorry, guy.
I don't know.
I didn't mean to insult you there, but every frat guy I know, they drink IPAs.
Really?
That's what they drink.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Tanner's very Tanner. He's like, whatever can get me the drunkest fastest. I'm like, okay, buddy. So, whatever.
It's called hard liquor. Try that.
Well, he's got that beer belly.
Fair.
I don't know. Maybe I'll bring him we're going to go see him soon. Maybe I'll just bring him a pack of mixed IPAs and then I'll tell you what he thinks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Sorry. When I interned for Disney and I roomed with had a lot of frat guys that were hanging around and all they drank were IPAs.
Huh.
And it was
interesting.
Just like, oh man.
That's weird.
Like one of the so we lived in an apartment of 6 that ended up being an apartment of 9 because one guy in each room had a girlfriend that would stay with us. See. And so one of them brought their brothers around and we would go to the Publix, which is the Florida, H-E-B. Not quite as good H-E-B. Yeah. And we'd go get a 24 pack of whatever it was, like Coors Light, Bud Light, whatever it was. And then we'd get a 6-pack of whatever like the microbrew was. And we had a fridge full of IPAs because nobody in the immediate apartment drank the IPAs. But her brother came down and was like, you guys got like all this really good stuff over here. And he drank like 20 IPAs in the course of 3 hours.
I mean, I'll say I'm a fan of IPAs. I like smaller breweries, but I mean, I also don't drink as much as I used to. So I enjoy a glass of wine nowadays.
Fair. Yeah. Awesome. But
Yeah.
I really appreciate your time. I'm glad we went on that little beer rant there. You know, it is what it is. But I really appreciate your time. Hopefully next time you're down in Waco, I'll catch your show.
Yes, definitely.
All that stuff. So once again, thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will catch you all later. Cool.